Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we outcasts come to talk about the things we love, and today we're talking Doctor Who. Now, this is the 60th anniversary this year for Doctor Who, so I thought, what better time to make a brand new Doctor Who set? Now, some of you may remember the Lego Ideas Tardis set from many years ago. I have it myself, I absolutely love that set. Hang on, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna go get it, one sec. There we are, sorted. Now, you may remember this absolute beauty of a set from many years ago. Now, this is Matt Smith's second TARDIS interior, and my favourite Doctor is David Tennant. So we needed David Tennant's TARDIS. So here we are, here we have David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston's TARDIS. Now, we're going to start off with the exterior. Now, first glance, you're probably thinking, looks pretty similar to the one that Lego gave us. But you'd be wrong. Not just wrong, stupid. Okay? The writing is different. Yeah, the writing is yellow to match what it is in the show. And we've got a different lantern on the top of the box. Also yellow. With the kind of pyramid piece. I think that first came in an Exo Knight set. Not too sure. But that's in a dark blue and that trans yellow. Looks great. Now, another difference is the windows are different. Obviously, the interior is not the only thing that changes on a TARDIS. The exterior changes from Tennant to Smith as well. So, it does look slightly different. Once again, windows. They don't have the sort of black textures and stuff, it's just the white. Okay? It's the more classic TARDIS look. It's the one we all grew up with. It looks fantastic. Okay? And the writing, the little white box of writing, that's pretty much exactly the same. It's pretty much the same, but it's a bit more withered. I tried to make it look a bit kind of scraped and battle worn, you know? He's just gone through the Time War at this point. So his TARDIS is looking a little less spick and span than it does in this set right here. Also, another change, it doesn't have that sort of compass symbol that Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi's does. So it looks a bit more plain on the outside, but it does look quite nostalgic. It looks very classic. It looks like a really... what everyone pictures as the TARDIS, I think. It's what I picture as the TARDIS, and I love it. Now, before we get onto the gorgeous exterior of this build, we're going to take a look at the minifigures, everyone's favourite part. So, we're starting off with 9, Christopher Eccleston, the 9th Doctor. Now, I was thinking about this, he's got like such a boring outfit. When you look at all the other Doctors, this dude has got the most boring outfit. Bro just wears like a block colour t-shirt and a leather jacket. I did what I could. Okay, I looked at the Lego Dimensions one, which looked really great, but not my kind of vibe. I wanted to go for a bit more of a geekdom style on it. So he's got all of those like buttons and big ass pockets that he has on his jacket, and he's got like the red t-shirt. The red shirt's what I always picture. Lego Dimensions I think went for the green shirt. He also wears a blue shirt. Whatever you fancy, I've gone for the red one. And he just has those kind of like tactical pants. He's got some pockets there on his side just to give his legs a bit of detail. In the show, he's just wearing black pants. It's not the most interesting thing in the world, but he does look very cool. He's got the kind of slick back Bruce Wayne hair in black, and he's got a very basic face print. His arms are just in a plain black, and his hands and face are in that kind of light nugget colour. He also comes with a brand new piece, the new geekdom sonic screwdriver. This baby right here, this absolute beauty, the classic Sonic. Yeah, he comes with that brand new molded piece. Obviously fits into the minifigure's hands, and there is 2 of them in this set because, segueing into the next figure, we've got David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, my favourite Doctor, and my god, I love this figure. I think he looks fantastic. He's absolutely chock full of details, so let's get cracking. Legs first, he's wearing his Converse. The most iconic thing about the 10th Doctor's kind of geek chic sort of outfit is the Converse. He looks brilliant in Converse, and I've tried to make them as accurate as possible. He's got all those kind of reds and blues and that sort of cream colour. And I was gonna do the star on the Converse logo, but it turns out David Tennant's Converse doesn't have the star on it. I think it was for licensing reasons. I'm not too sure. So we've got a white splodge there. He's obviously wearing his big kind of brown trench coat thing, which I could have done him without it, just the brown suit underneath, but I think he looks so much cooler with the brown trench coat. That's got all those pockets and buttons and those big collar there, and that obviously goes from torso to hips to legs. And on the legs it's got that wraparound printing, as you can see there on the Converse and the jacket, but also on the pinstriped suit, which was quite interesting really. I used the pencil dude from the Lego Batman movie CMF series. Yeah, I used him, got some slightly different, added some more lines because his lines were a bit too spaced out and didn't really capture that David Tennant look. I've gone for, obviously David Tennant wears quite a few different things in this show. He has the blue suit, he has the brown suit but with like a bunch of different shirts underneath it, and he has the Meta Crisis outfit. I've gone for his regeneration look because it's the most iconic, the whole raggedy doctor thing for Matt Smith. Obviously he's got that sort of tie on. I've tried to do my best to mimic that, and he's got that kind of white shirt underneath, and once again just the brown pinstripe suit on there. I think he looks great. I think he looks just like the greatest Doctor. I think he looks fantastic. His face print is a reuse. I have no idea whose face print this is. I think it might have been used for Hawkeye at some point. Let me know down in the comments if you know. But I added the sideburns, the absolutely iconic Doctor Who sideburns, and I gave him the spiky hair in brown because, I mean, what other hairpiece was I going to use? It's perfect. They might as well have molded it for David Tennant. Obviously, he also comes with a sonic screwdriver, and yeah, love this guy. One of the best figures I've done in a long time. The final actual minifigure we've got of this set is Rose Tyler. Now, the original set, Exhibit A, came with Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and their shared companion, which was Clara Oswald. I wanted to do the same thing. Obviously, David Tennant's had many companions. He's had the wonderful Donna Noble, Martha Jones, and of course Rose Tyler. Now, Rose Tyler was the one shared by both of them, so I included her in this set. I did, however, choose her... I have completely forgotten what it's called. Her turn left outfit. You know, from like later on in the Tennant era. I've gone for that outfit because I kind of see it as like the most iconic Rose Tyler look, with all the purples and pinks and stuff. She's just the most badass when she's wearing that outfit, so I went for that. I tried to make the jacket as accurate as possible, that really cool purple leather jacket. It's got all sorts of lines and zips and pouches and all that kind of stuff. And peeking underneath it on her hips, you can see her little like pink top underneath that as well. And she's just got the exact same legs as 9. I just like to use those legs whenever I need to give someone pockets because they just look great. She's using the Princess Leia head because I think it's a nice kind of gentle smile. It's a nice face for like a very kind female character. So I went for that. I think it looks really great on Rose. I think that's a really good choice. And hair wise, it was tough. It was a really tough choice. I couldn't find a perfect Rose Tyler hair, so I've gone with this one. I don't know the name for this piece. I'm really terrible with pieces for like with hairpiece names. But yeah, I've gone for this one. It might not be the best choice for this outfit, but I think it captures Rose quite well. I think the figure looks really great. It's turned out well, and it looks great next to 9 and 10, and looks fantastic in the TARDIS itself. Final character in this set is Dalek Sec, my favourite Dalek. He's black, he's cool, he stands out from all the other kind of bronze Daleks. You know, Cult of Skaro, coolest thing ever, love him. Obviously, it becomes a human Dalek later, but when he's actually in his really cool, like, exterminate form, awesome. Love him to bits, love the black colour scheme. So you'll notice that he's very, very similar to the ones we got in the original set and the one we got in the Lego Dimensions set. But I've added some changes. I've made a few different things. I used the Fez piece in black for the plunger just to make it look a little bit more like the plungers in the show. I've lined him with 1x1 flat circular tile pieces just to have, because they need those sort of like balls that go all around them to kind of have that effect, and I didn't think the studs did that properly, so I went with the plates instead. I've also used some metallic grey just to make the exterminator look a bit more realistic, and also slightly changed the build for his eye socket. I've added that blue there. It just, yeah, it looks more like a Dalek in my opinion. Really proud of how Dalek Sec turned out. Okay, I think we're working. if you're watching this, don't blink, okay? Just don't blink. Don't even blink. Just click the button down below. Just subscribe, okay? Don't even blink. Don't do anything. Just click it. We're close to 400, okay? No. Oh, I'm losing you. Okay, now for the bit we've all been waiting for, the TARDIS. Now, first up, in the original set, as you can see, splits up into two pieces. You've already seen the exterior of the TARDIS, but the interior, much like this one here, you can see it has the door and it has these sort of like wall panel details, just to kind of give a sort of hint as to what the interior of the TARDIS would look like if it had all the walls. I've gone for a similar thing. Now, you'll notice straight away that the interior door itself is vastly different from the original. I've added the phone on the inside in the brown there, which is not included in the Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith era version. The windows are now in a yellow to make it a bit more earthy like it was in the Tennant era, and once again the writing on the inside is yellow as well, and I've added some little light bulbs as well just to make it a bit more realistic to what it has in the show. Now, the wall panels themselves, I've tried to encapsulate the sort of coral, earthy vibes of what the 9 and 10 TARDIS looked like as best I can, and I think they look great. I've used a what I call the donut piece. It's a flat circular tile with a hole in the center, and then I've used a stud like reversed. I've put the pin at the top into the slot of the donut to create those lights on all around the side of the TARDIS. I think it looks really, really cool. And I've all put that on that sort of like sand beige colored tan, that's the word I'm looking for, the tan background in the bricks there. Now, moving on from that, we've got the short walkway, which is pretty much identical to what we've seen in the original TARDIS set. Because I like the way the walkway was built, it slots perfectly with the original TARDIS as well. And that's when we enter the full, beautiful console room here. Now, to start off with, I had to tackle the coral that lines the walls of the room, and I did my best. My best was awful. So I found a really cool model on Mecha Bricks, which I'll show on the screen right now. All credit to that guy. So cool the way the coral was built. So I took a bit of inspiration from that to make my coral on all over the sides. Now, the actual coral themselves aren't directly attached to the set. They just kind of stand next to it, so if you wanted to remove it, you could. I know it might not be everyone's cup of tea. If you want it to look a bit more like the original, so let's say you were standing the two next to each other, it would probably look more similar if you just removed the coral. So they're removable, but they're really cool the way they're built. They're built using some clip and hinge pieces in that sort of dark tan orange, to create this really cool organic structure. Looks really, really awesome. Really proud of how that turned out, and once again, full credit to the person who made that originally. Really saved my skin there. Yeah, now moving on to the main portion of the set, which is the console. It's built onto a platform. Now, the original set didn't have a full platform underneath it, and it just... Well, that's because that TARDIS, you couldn't really walk underneath it. But this one, it has levels, okay? Using a combination of angled bricks and these 4x6 pieces, I've created a platform on the bottom for the TARDIS to sit on. Now, it's not much, but it really does make the TARDIS feel a bit more alive, a bit more spacious, very much bigger on the inside. You'll see there is a very small build there. It's in grey, it's in blue, and that is the sort of Doctor severed hand by the Sycorax in the containment tube that Captain Jack creates to find the Doctor. Now, inside there is a minifigure hand. It's used. It's created using these stood not on top L-shaped bricks, accompanied with one of the similar pieces to what is used on the exterior of the TARDIS, but it's in a grey and a trans blue, so that you can see inside and you can see the hand. On the sides, it's got that sort of grill piece, and it's also got just a regular 1x2 flat tile, just to create a bit more of a technological looking thing. You've got the hand in there, looks great. It's just a little detail to something that was constant in the TARDIS during David Tennant's era. Now, in the show, the main console area is, the floor of it is see-through. It's like a grill. Now, I wanted to take a look at some of the actual base plates, which they have like a grill texture on the bottom and you can see through them. Sadly, not in the angles that I wanted to use, which is a real shame. So I have gone for a very similar build to what we've seen in the original Tardis, but I've lined the top of it with some metallic grey grill pieces, 1x2 flat tiles. Just to create that sort of gridded floor look. Looks really cool. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It gave the effect I wanted. I just wish we could have made the floor clear so that you could see right through it and stuff. Sadly, Lego's not made a piece for that yet. And if they have, then I'm an idiot because I could not find it. Built onto the side of that, you've got a sort of like a railing there. He has a couple of railings around the side of his console section in the show. I've put one next to a chair because he always has a chair sat there. I swear to God, I don't think anyone actually uses that chair in the entire show. Maybe Mickey once, but yeah, he just has a random chair there. So I've put that in. That's in a dark tan, and it's a really simple build, really. It's the stud on top of the circular flat tile with a stud, and then just the chair in dark tan. And now onto the main attraction, the console itself. You'll notice the first thing is it's not six-sided. I was very upset about that. The TARDIS is six-sided. It's supposed to be for 6 Time Lord pilots. That's what they accomplished in the original amazing TARDIS console. But for the shape I was going with and for all the things I wanted to include, just wasn't possible. So I've gone for a 4-sided TARDIS console, and it looks great. I know it's inaccurate, but it looks fabulous. I've used I don't even know what that piece is called. It's got like clips all the way around the side of it. I'll get it up on the screen for you so you can see it in brown, and then I've attached some small sub builds to it and one underneath it to create these kind of curved brown edges of this console, which is what is in the show. And I've also used a clip and bar piece to build mini segments for the console. Each console panel is slightly different now. There's a lot of trans green in there because that's obviously very apparent in the show. It's got all that light up green color and stuff. I've used the arc reactor piece from the Scuba Iron Man minifigure because I think that looks really great. It's kind of got that sort of organic, grungy looking button kind of aesthetic to it, which just blends in really well with this TARDIS. We've got a grill piece in a trans green, we've got some levers, just some random stuff like that there, and then atop that we've got those little like tan disc pieces, and I think that looks really great. They look, the console already looks just like what I wanted it to look like, bar the 4-sided thing, but it looks great. We've got a kind of lightsaber blade in trans green going through the main console portion and up into the actual column that goes above it. That column is built out of trans green 2x2 circular pieces, which go, and there's about 4 of them there, and the top of those you've got once again those disc things again, just to create the kind of shroud that goes atop the TARDIS console. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my 9th and 10th Doctor custom TARDIS Lego set. Please let me know what you thought of the set down below. Let me know if you're excited for the 60th anniversary, and tell me what you want me to do in future. I always love to hear what you have to say. And also feel free to like and subscribe. We are this close to 400 and I'd love to get there, let's say November. I want to get to 400 by November. That would be fantastic. That is the dream. Let's try and get there. I know we can do it. Anyway guys, that's it for the video today. I really hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Alonzi.